Hey guys, Oak Gaming back again with another rotation-proof deck. As I'm recording this tonight, we're just hours away from the lockout. They're going to be doing the big reset and things are not going to be coming back online until Thursday. For those of us unlucky enough to be able to get the invite for the streamers to play on Wednesday for Guilds of Ravnica. So I did want to give another one quick deck tech. One of the decks I intend to build right after rotation. This is one of the favorite decks I was playing during the previous block, and there are missing a couple of key pieces from this one, so we're going to try to fill some spots in. But this is mono green Stompy, pretty straightforward green deck, mono green, build up to the big creatures to crush and kill your opponents. One of the key pieces that we're losing, which I do want to point out, is Blossoming Defense. I'm really going to miss this card. The +2/+2 never really became a factor for me, occasionally, but for the most part, it was the hexproof. When someone tried to cast out or someone tried to Ixalan's Binding one of your creatures, to be able to toss this down for one mana and just kind of keep that one hanging back to stop that out from happening and keep there's enough hexproof creatures in here to really make it annoying enough as it is, to then alone have that just hanging in your back pocket all the time was always a lot of fun. So we're losing this card. Beyond that, most of the deck kind of remains unchanged, so I needed a little bit to kind of fill in. And there is a filler in there that came in Ixalan. It's not quite as good, doesn't quite pull the bill as much, and needs a lot more mana, but it still kind of fits the bill. So anyway, so let's kind of get into it. Of course, the deck idea is ramping into large creatures, so you've got guys like Ghalta and Carnage Tyrant down here. These are your late game finishers, but let's kind of get into the early parts of the deck. Llanowar Elves, of course, you need a 4 of these. This is going to help build up the deck relatively fast. That kind of gets you into the first turn Llanowar Elf, second turn, 3 mana creature. Normally, it's going to be your Steel Leaf Champions or your Thrashing Brontodons. Turn 3, you're looking into the Vine Mares, and then you really start getting going and really difficult to deal with. Rabid Bite's kind of the only removal that you have in the game, but because you have such big creatures, if there is something on the board that is really annoying you, or there's a synergy that you can break up, this one kind of takes it out. Now, this one's better than the fact that it's not a fight between the two cards. It's just he's doing straight damage to whatever creature. So you don't have the, downside of taking damage when using the card. Thorn Lieutenant's kind of a stock standard one to kind of go into this one. I only have a 2 of. It's okay. It doesn't really fit the bill. The 2-drops usually, if everything's playing out right, doesn't quite fit in here, because usually you're looking for your 3-drops and 4-drops in that slot. But they are here in the event that you don't get the Llanowar Elves on the first turn, or someone lightning bolts it, shocks it, whatever. Untamed Kavu, the only reason I like this card is coming in from a lot of experience. First of all, if it comes in the late game, you can play the kicker, make it a 5/5 Vigilance Trample, which is awesome. But if you do end up putting it down late game, it is the Vigilance. It's just the ability to be able to have something hanging back that could then attack further one. I've just been beaten by a lot of this card, so I've just decided if I can't beat him, join him, add him into the deck. One of the other synergies of this deck, because you're only playing solo forest, is Blanchwood Armor. This is absolutely fantastic when you start putting it on some of the larger creatures. When you're looking at your Steel Leaf Champions, it can't be blocked out by two power creatures. But more importantly, when you're looking at things like Vine Mare and Carnage Tyrant, I mean, they really can run things over and ruin games for people relatively easy. Blinding Fog. So this is the replacement for Blossoming Defense. Not nearly as good because obviously you're paying 2 more mana for it. So it does mean that you need to keep 3 hanging back, which is really irritating. However, it does have the benefit of similar to Heroic Intervention, where it says all of your creatures are hexproof. So while a couple of them come natively hexproof, this does allow you to keep a few more other bodies on the board when someone's trying to do something to it. It really becomes annoying. Steel Leaf Champion, we've mentioned this before, because it's mono green, the three green mana is not that difficult to get to, and it's just a fantastic creature at 5/4 for 3 mana that can't be blocked by small creatures. This is where you start overrunning red decks really quickly. Thrashing Brontodon's obviously in there for the main reason of its special ability, which is sacrificing it to be able to pull off some of those Ixalan Bindings or those other enchantments that are out there that are really kind of irritating you. But not to mention the fact that it's a 3/4 body for 3 mana. I mean, it is really good defensive back to kind of just sit there and soak up some damage for you, or at least hold off an attack. Vine Mare, I cannot talk well enough about this board. If you're able to get this thing on board, especially against blue decks, once it's on the board, it normally stays there. They don't usually have enough to be able to kill it flat out. They can't direct damage it. They can't bounce it back to your hand. It's a 5/3 body that they have to deal with, and usually this one's the one that kind of wins the game, especially when you couple it with Blanchwood Armor. It becomes like a 9/8, and it really becomes a pain in the butt. More towards the late game, Carnage Tyrant. I love playing this against blue decks because not only can they not counter it, they can't hex it, they can't do anything to it. They just have to kind of deal with it. And he's so big and mean, he is a big problem. And Ghalta is Ghalta. I love Ghalta more often than not. You're going to be paying only 2 mana to get him out for 12/12 trample. He is susceptible to a lot of the things like cast outs or anything like that can kill an individual creature, but that's why we've got a little bit of a blinding fog in there to kind of keep him around. Ideally, if you get him out turn 3 and turn 4 and there's no answers, he's a game winner. As far as the mana base, super easy, 24 force. Can't beat that. So let's go ahead and move into some gameplay with the deck and see how it plays. As I've only got a little bit of time, I think I'm going to toss about 3 games. Play 40 lands. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to pull this one off. The reset comes in less than 12 hours, so I'm not really concerned about what I'm going to get. There's nothing really for me to earn as far as coins are concerned. When we get into post-reset on Thursday, I'm going to start a series of reviewing the beginner decks because as I didn't really put any money, I'm really going to go for free-for-play for Magic Arena. I'm going to be stuck playing beginner decks for a while, so why not just review them and play them online for a while? No nonsense, I think. Oh, I go first. Look at that. So no turn 1 drops, but 2 Vine Mares is kind of sexy, so I think I'm going to keep that. I did have a request to remove the banner at the bottom, so I make sure to pull that off so everyone can see my cards. So no turn 1 play. It makes me sad. Do have a 2/2 Vigilance Trample coming out next turn, though. Oh boy, white. And it's going to be a life gain deck. But that's okay. This deck can handle the life gain decks because I actually can cast big enough creatures that overrun their tokens. Does leave it susceptible to things like Subtler Wreckage if they decide to go down that route, but it doesn't look like this is going to be the straight build up life tokens. Alright, what don't we like? No, I'm going to hold on to that actually. I haven't changed my mind. I think I'm going to pull off Thrashing Brontodon, and I think I might kill his Legion's Landing. He probably has another online, but blue-white. This could be fun. That does leave open the fact that he's got like an Essence Scatter or something in there, so we do need to kind of wait until he taps on that blue mana. It would be a shame to lose a Vine Mare to an Essence Scatter. But he's going to tap down. Perfect. I'm okay with that. Sure. Bring him on over. And since you tapped your blue mana, my friend, you now have no answer for this. Yeah, let's let the Brontodon go in. You actually don't have enough to kill it. Interesting choice. Yeah. I'm okay with that trade. Because now that can't block him. And he's got a 1/1. Now all we need is Blanchwood Armor. And it becomes really funny really quick. Okay. I can handle that.
I will fight for my friends.
Yeah, I can absolutely handle that. Because what we can do is we can Rabid Bite the 1/1. He can't actually block it. He's just going to take one to the face.
Some solutions.
Okay, so you've got a 1/1. Yeah, he's got to go. This is part of his synergy now. I'm not liking that. So I will end up Rapid Biting that. He can block with his Piss Ants if he wants. Sure. So Yeah, let's pull that off. You need to go. I'm going to hold that because I can actually kick that to make it the 5-5. I'm going to go for that. Let's hit him with everything. I actually don't care that he's got lifelink, because at this point, his best hope... Go ahead, I dare you. He's going to have to block this, so he's going to lose one of these. Maybe he blocks this and I take... Yep. And I'm going to take Karn down to 1. So I'm going to wipe out his board state and take Karn down to 1. So he does have the ability to embalm this. That's going to be a bit of a concern. But it can't block Vine Mare. Sure.
Good choice.
No. You are not getting Authority of the Councils. Absolutely not. I wonder how much counter he's running. You would think if you're splashing blue, you would most likely toss in a couple. But I've not seen any. It mostly seems to be appropriated towards his ability to create tokens. He's certainly taking his time. He's already spent one time out. And Anointed Procession. Okay, perfect. That means he's tapped down. That means I can get the second Vine Mare, or I can go for the 5-5. Let me see what I pull. Or we can go Ghalta. Yeah, let's go Ghalta. I might just... No. You, sir, are going to go there and kill that. The rest of you are going to go here and punch him in the face.
We should discuss our differences.
So his Planeswalker's off the board, he's down to 15, and he has no creatures on the board. I think I'm going to have to deal with that. Yeah. There you are. So he's tapped down. I'm just going to start hitting him with big crap that he can't really deal with. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, can't deal with that. Sure. Absolutely. Carnage Tyrant in this. Well, I don't really need it because he can probably fumigate, which is half the reason why I'm holding this, to be honest. This is a really slow life gain deck. I think I'm just going to go in with all of this, by the way, next turn. Sure. And that's why I got rid of an under position. Mana. He is tapped down, so I'm going to go ahead and go pay the kicker for this. Make it a 5-5 trample. And I'm going to hit you here, here, and here. And I don't see how you survive this, my friend. And in the event that he does have Settle Wreckage, which he doesn't have the mana for anyway, I think he's just done. I mean, that's pretty much fatal on board. I don't think he has a response to that. Is he crying in his Cheerios? Like, what are you doing, my friend? Okay. Sure. I would have not done that. I'd have at least killed a Vine Mare, but... Okay. It's not going to matter, because you're going to get punched in the face. Got one turn. That's a good play. You are tapped down, though. And I'm going to take the opportunity to take the hexproof creature and put it out there. Five, six, 7, 8. That's a good play. I'll give him that. It only held off the inevitable for another turn, though. He does only have 1 life. And some gigantic big creature that can only block under procession. Why? At this point, why? Like, why? Why? There we go. Thank you very much. I don't know that I would have made that call, but okay. So we're going to move on to another game real quick. Yay! All of it's meaningless and I like how the clocks are still ticking on this and it's the reset's happening. VGPP. That's cool. Don't know what it stands for. Opponent goes first. Hello. Scorpion. You will find yourselves clicking on these things once you realize if you click them they move faster. It kills time. I wonder if they're going to come in with new mats with Guilds of Ravnica. You'd hope that. And again, I recognize it's a nitpicky thing. It really is. But there's about 4, I want to say about 4 mats that you get to play on. All of them fitting into the, you know, Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet kind of block, or the Kaladesh block. But I'd really kind of like to see more, like more darky, swampy kind of things that came out of Dominaria, or whatever Guilds of Ravnica are is going to show us. So if he's checking to see if I'm streaming, I'm currently not, so he can't watch me play. It's an opening hand. How hard? Do you have mana? Do you have something to play? Can you time out on the opening hand? Is that possible? Okay. Players like this are the bane of Arena, by the way. You will have players that will try to bore you to death by just draining it out as far to allow this to go through. One of the things that I have proposed, and I'm not sure the developers are going to listen, but not only to have it this rope time, but having the overall time. Like, you should not be able to take over 35 minutes to play a game in Arena. Like, it's ridiculous. And if you get to this point where you're roping, it should still be coming off that time. There should be chess clocks or something. Oh, look, I get a hand. No, I'm going to mulligan. Alright, last one. Last one. Oh, come on. No creatures. Nothing. Well, I refuse to go down much further than that. Say hello. I can tell you if his whole plan is to stretch this out. Normally, if I weren't recording this, I would just play it out and see how much I can annoy him. Because usually players use that as a tactic, like, hey, I need to get wins today. So if I just drag my turns out, rope it all the way to the last possible second, and then hit the button, they're just going to annoy the player that they're playing against, and they're just going to quit. Which I probably will do if he pulls this off. Because you guys want to see gameplay, and not me just standing here fiddling with my cards. Fiddling with my cards. See? Here we go. I'm giving him one more. If he ropes down one more time, in respect to you people that are watching this, I'm not gonna continue this game. Like, how difficult is it to lay down a land? How difficult? So, VGBP, if you see this guy, he's a roper. Or he just quits. So the other possibility on that game is that if he's running an older version, running on an older computer, the game does glitch. I noticed whenever I started playing Arena, I started playing on a Windows 7 machine that was running the 32-bit version. We upgraded to a Windows 10 that's running 64-bit. On the 32-bit version, the game was buggy. Like you'd be in the middle of a game and it would just kind of lock up for no reason whatsoever and kind of freeze and you get error screens. I have not seen any of those error screens since we upgraded to a 10 machine at 64-bit. So I'm not saying that that's the end-all and be-all reason. Great hand. Oh my god, is that a great hand. I'm not saying that's the end-all and be-all reason why some players get buggy games and some people don't. I'm saying for us, when we upgraded the machine and upgraded to a better computer, all of those weird buggy things. A rat deck? Are you kidding me? A rat deck? A rat deck? That's amazing. He's gonna play another rat. Another rat? A legitimate rat deck at this level. That's amazing. Okay. Let's do it again. I should have gone Brontodon. If he's running black with all the removal, I can totally see this. He's also going to gas out real quick. So no, I've got to block one, otherwise I'm dead. But... let's go Brontodon. Something to actually take the damage. A rat deck. Alright, good on you, my friend. And then a digraph ghoul. Okay. I just got beat by a rat deck. Okay. The scourge of Pauper play, the rat deck, just took me to school. That's humbling, to say the least. A rat deck. Okay. Pauper was a really cool format, by the way. I'm really looking forward to bringing that one back. I did not think to do the rat deck and got annihilated by it in the Pauper format. Oh, please don't be another Roper. Llanowar into Steel Leaf. Yep. All day long and twice on Sundays. 5, 6, 7, 8. Takes him down to 4. That's a turn 4 Ghalta. I'll deal with that. Rat deck. I'm still trying to get over that. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I just got beat by a rat deck. Like, handily. Oh, the things you see in MTG Arena. Just goes to show you, kids. Sometimes you think you have a really cool deck, and then someone comes up with a stack of common cards and kicks the snot out of you. It's a land. It does things. This is going to be control deck, so this is where I really wish I had that hand where I had all those Vine Mares. And he's taking his time. What is it about control players? I mean, if you're a control player and you're watching this, can you tell me why you take so long? I just... Ooh. Getting practice for Izzet. That's good because he's tapped down, which means he can't speak. And then that happens. What I was going to say, which means he's tapped down on blue, which means he can't Essence Scatter my Steel Leaf, but he did kind of railroad me on that one. Good call. You're losing that one too. Sure. He is tapped down, finally. So we are going to go here and say that his little teeny little creatures can't block me anymore. And punch him in the face. I'm really tempted to Blanchwood the Steel Leaf, but... Okay. This is even funnier. He's even more tapped down. First, yeah, I was gonna say, you recognize I still kill you, right? Okay. Two Ghaltas. That was not cool. Let's just laugh. Gonna block it with something. You're tapped down. Interesting decision. So the upside is with that, Ghalta comes in at 2 mana. Which means I can still leave Blinding Fog open. You can use it as a fog too if you want to get into it, because it does do the whole same thing where... Yeah, I don't like that. He didn't attack. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, no, we're going to do that. You can block. There's no damage that gets through. Wait, he just did Wizard's Lightning? Which would have taken it down to 5. That would have been enough to try to kill it. That's actually a good play on his part. Whenever he casts it, not creatures for. Hey. He is tapped out on blue, which means this gets to go into play. Oops. Is oops... yeah. Is oops English translation for I've just lost this game? Okay. Sure. Sure. You still have no answer to Ghalta. First strike. Sure. He's sifting for something. He thinks he might have something. The fact that he does look like he kind of got mana screwed on this one too, which is a shame. Scorpion. Tap down on blue. Let's go to Steel Leaf. Yeah, all the stuff I have is too big for everything that you have. What's he got? Okay. I think that was in protest. That was good. It was all in protest. Alright, so that's a good look. Basically, that's how the deck's going to operate within Guilds of Ravnica meta. I, of course, am going to have to take some time to build that deck back up, as with the big reset, all the creature cards are going to go away, at least all the rares. So it's going to take me some time to build up. So looking forward to the next couple of days. Next couple of videos is going to be reviews of the beginner decks that come in and kind of playing through those, kind of earning up my gold so that I can start buying packs and get that deck back, because that is easily one of my favorite decks. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw, and hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. Comment and let me know how I could make it better. If you saw other cards that maybe fit into that better, let me know. Happy to hear it. If you are so inclined, I am also on Patreon. Would really appreciate the support. Otherwise, see you next time in the arena, guys.